It's really cold today, so I'm sticking to the shed. I'm sticking to the shed because I need to sort my seed box out. This is my seed box. I've had it for a long time, but it's coming to the end of its life. It's starting to burst open, and it's not a great place to store it. Now, you can store seed in the fridge, in tubs, and that does really well. But you can also find somewhere within your house where temperatures don't fluctuate. Now, I'm going to store mine in a shed, and before you all start shouting, going, "Oh my God, temperatures fluctuate really badly in a shed," this shed I've discovered doesn't. There's about 3 degrees shift on either side, which is considerably less than in my house with central heating. Now, if you collect your own seed and you want to store them in something airtight, I suggest jars. That's where I store mine in. I have a shelf up here full of pea seeds. These are some bean seed. I'm just going to put them there. Now, what I'm going to store it in is I'm changing from this cardboard suitcase to something a little bit upmarket that I bought off an auction site. So there's my pea seed, and a big shout out to David Kenyon, who follows us on Life Pig Row. David gave me these seeds last time I met him at RHS Bridgewater, and I'm really happy I'm going to sow them this spring. But what am I storing my seeds in? Well, if we look down, here we go. Da-da! I purchased this off an auction site, and I got it for £16. Total bargain. Total bargain. It is a library index card holder, and it's great because it's been in here for a few weeks, no condensation. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to store my seed in it. I just want to make a point now about when you store seed in your house. Even though this has been in a suitcase, can you just see there? The paper has started to kind of waver, and that's condensation forming ever so slightly and drying out. So moving them into here, look at that, is so much better. And also it's so much better because I can find them so much easier rather than struggling as I normally do. Now, I'm not going to sort them as such into order of families and so forth and so on. I'm just going to pop them in for now. But normally I would say, oh right, let's do this. So I know they're already sorted into things like, oh, we'll see here. These are, so these are my carrots and so forth. This is what I'm sowing this year, so they're already together. So I'm going to pop them in that drawer because that's my sowing drawer for this year. But then I have things already sorted into brassicas. So those are my brassicas. So I'll open the drawer and I'll pop my brassicas in there as well. There we go. Put that out of the way. There, my pen. Somewhere to store my seed pen at last. Losing them. So I'm already just transferring what I've got into my drawers. That sounds a lot more perverted than it is. But look, I've already got, oh look, I've got to see, oh yeah, look at stuff. I'm such a nerd when it comes to stuff like this. But you know, here we are, this is my flower drawer. I've decided that's going to be my flower drawer. And look, there's all my flowers. In they go. Not messing around, in they go. And it's so satisfying because previous I've just had it, oh, you wouldn't believe it. I've got seed in the bottom of these drawers, in the bottom of the suitcase that I had before, and it's just all over the place. I'm looking down there and I don't know if it's pea seed or sweet pea seed, but it's something, which I'm going to find out later on. There you go, all my flower seed, there you go. So they can go in there now. See, look, one made a break for it. It's so satisfying. In you go, in you go. And there's my flower seed, try it. Gone. Yeah! So satisfying. Now, there are other ways, as I've said, to store seed. And one of them is like this. Or, let's have a look at my old seed box. This is my old seed box. It's still got some seed in, but you'll notice, I'll hold them up, I cut pieces of card. So can you see, it says flowers perennials, and then it says flowers annuals, and then it goes on to things like cucumber, and then we go further down, and I've got root crops and squashes and so on and so on, through to tomatoes. So it's all done alphabetically. I'm going to have hours of fun with my new seeds, so my new seed box. Probably making little card pieces like that, so I know what's what. At the moment, I just want to get it in there. I want to get it out of the house because it's been really cold this winter. So we've had the stove on, and even though this is in a bedroom away from everything, there's still fluctuations in temperature. Obviously, when we go to bed and we're breathing in and out, and so on and so on. And I've noticed when I've stored seed in the house in the past, it's not done as well as seed as I've stored in my shed. Now, there's people out there who'll say sheds do fluctuate greatly in temperature. It's true. It's depending where your shed is. If your shed is in a south-facing area, it's going to get heat during the day and it's going to get cold at night. This is tucked right behind the house. It's only a very small shed. And I do recommend small sheds. I don't understand why I ever got a big shed. I much prefer a small shed. And it's tucked up behind the house. It's just where the heating boiler is, just behind this wall behind me, about 3 foot in. But it means it creates an ambient temperature. And I'm within a courtyard as well. And I'll show you I'm in a courtyard, so you believe me. Watch. This is my view out to the shed. And you can see the walls. Well, you can see the steps and the wall, and there's a wall to the right and there's a wall to the left. So that's it from Life on Pig Road. So regardless of how you store your seed, remember you want to keep it at the same temperature as much as possible because it will last the longest. So until next time, it's goodbye from me on Life on Pig Road. Bye bye.